Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. The Honorable Examiners Mr. Laude Idrus Hamid SPD MPD. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Iskayana from English Education Study Program. In this morning, I would like to thanks to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala who has given us mercy and blessing so that we can gather for a training seminar today. And salawat and salam don't forget to always send Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam and for the opportunities that has been given to me to present my proposal with the title Improving the Students' Vocabulary Through Whisper and Read Game at the Second Grade of SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada. Chapter 1 Introduction. This chapter present and discuss some important points, namely background of the research, problem of the research, objective of the research, the scope of the research, and definition of key terms. First, background of the research. In the background of the research, there are reasons why I choose this title because based on the interview with the English teacher, she said that many students feel bored in the class when they study English, especially vocabulary. Because the English teacher did not use media to help them in vocabulary. In addition, the strategy with the teacher used in teaching vocabulary was conventional and monotonous. So, I tried to use whisper and read game strategy to improve their vocabulary. In this case, the researchers chose whisper and read game to be one of alternative way to increase the vocabulary mastery of students. In teaching English, games are used because games were beneficial in calling students' concentration and enthusiasm. Moreover, this technique can help them to find out meaning of new vocabulary quickly and easily. It like the development of vocabulary. 2. Problem of the research. Based on the background above, I tried to formulate the problem of the research as follows. How can whisper and read game strategy improving the students' vocabulary through whisper and read game at the second grade of SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada? 3. Objective of the research. The objective of the research is to describe the data and information about how to improving the students' vocabulary through whisper and read game at the second grade of SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada. 4. The scope of the research. In this research, I only focus on the use of whisper and read game to improving the students' vocabulary through whisper and read game at the second grade of SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada. The vocabulary material focus on noun, namely things in the characteristic of animals and things in the characteristic of job. 5. Definition of key terms. In terms of avoiding misunderstanding of the title of this research, choose the researchers define some technical terms as follows. First, a game is an activity with rules, a goal, and an element of fun, according to Hatfield, 1984. 2. Harvey in Rahim, 2011. Vocabulary is a book containing a list of words used in the book. 3. Whisper and read game or Chinese whisper is a party game in which a whispered message is passed around a circle in the expectation that in the telling in will become comically distorted, exaggerated by the time in completes the circuit, according to Thomas 2013. 3. Next, Chapter 2, Literature Review. Previous researchers, some of research is mentioned with their report as follows. First, Somiana 2017, the use of whispering game to increase the students' vocabulary mastery at the A grades of SMP Negeri 1 Punggor Sentral Lampung. 2. Murniati 2017, the effectiveness of using whisper and read game at of MTS Al-Istiqomah Pengembangan Banjarmasin. 3. Fajriyah 2019. The effectiveness of whisper and write game in improving students' vocabulary mastery for young learners, a quasi-experimental research in 4th grade at SD Negeri Patia 2 Kabupaten Pandeglang. 4. Octavianto 2019. The use of whisper and write game at the total psychical response technique in facilitating English vocabulary learning, a quasi-experimental study on 8 grades of SMP Negeri Al-Islam Gunung Pati in the academic year of 2017 until 2018. Next, conceptual framework. The theoretical framework of this research is surveyed in the following figure. In the figure above, there are three main components, namely input, process, and output. First, input. Input refers to whisper and write game that will be applied in the classroom related with teaching vocabulary. 2. Process refers to implementation of whisper and write game in teaching vocabulary in their classroom. They are work in group, provide material, choose the speaker, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and write. Explain about how to play the game and perform. 3. Output refers to improvement the student's ability on present vocabulary through whisper and write game. Next, Chapter 3. Method of research. The design of this research is a collaborative classroom action research. In this research, the researchers collaborate with one of English teachers at the school where this research is conducted. In implementing this research, the researchers ask the collaborative teaching to be an observer and the researchers as a teacher. The collaborative teacher observes all teachers and students' activities during the teaching and learning process run. According to Kemis and Taggart, 1998, in the process of classroom action research is planning, implementing, observing, analyzing, and finding from preliminary of the research. After the researchers finish the planning, these researchers conduct the teaching and learning process by word search game, while the collaborative teacher observed all the teacher and students. After that, the researchers collect the data of teaching and learning process and they observe and analyze the data whether an action is success or not. If the criteria of success has been achieved, the researchers will stop the study, but if the action was failed, the researchers had to continue do the text circle. 2. Instrument of the research. In conducting this research, the researchers use two instruments. They are vocabulary tests and observation sheets. Vocabulary test is used to investigate the students' achievement on vocabulary in the last meeting of each circle. Observation sheets are used to see the quality of teacher and learning process. First, vocabulary test. The main instrument of this research is vocabulary tests. The tests are in form of multiple choice with a total of 30 questions. The respondent must choose one of the correct answer from 4 options. The questions based on the material of descriptive text that will be taught later and will be an important assessment in this research. The questions are discussed with the collaborator about its level and appropriateness for the respondents. Before that, the questions have been validated to test the suitability of the questions for students. The result of the validity become the researcher's instruments. It is an important point to measure the students' achievement on vocabulary after applying this game in each circle. 2. Observation sheet. The research used structural observation, where the researchers has a plan and mechanism of the research in form of observation sheet. The researchers has designed lists of activities and students' behavior as the focus of observation. By doing observation, the researchers can observe all activities and behavior in the classroom during the implementation of circle or action. By doing observation, the researchers obtain the data about the suitability between the implementation of action with teaching planning that has been designed before, as well as describe the data of the students' response in doing the implementation. It is an important point to measure the students' achievement on vocabulary after applying this game in each circle. 3. Setting of the research. The research will be conducted at SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada in academic year 2021 until 2022. The location of the school is in Pendidikan Street number 1, Puwisowa Jaya Village, Tangketada District, Kolaka Regency. SMP Negeri 3 Tangketada consists of 5 class. The total of teachers are 12 and 117 students. This school was chosen as the setting for the research because the researchers has been did a pre-observation as the initial step before conducting as real research. Further, this school gave the researchers access to conduct a research in order to improve students' achievement in vocabulary using whisper and write game. Okay, thanks for opportunity, and I think enough today. Thank you. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.